Hello and welcome to Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 with me, Kevin Sawyer. Hope you guys and girls are well and enjoying your day, whatever you're up to. And today, like I mentioned in the last episode of this, I would be, in part 1 of 2 of my LDTT project, I'll be working on this, which is the 1952 Hudson Hornet. My next episode, I'll be working on this little thing here, this beautiful little thing. The Nissan Skyline. Though it's not actually classed as a Skyline on here. It's that, a Starline. But we know it's a Skyline. But anyway, I digress. Let's crack on. I'll show you what I've discovered on this so far. So if I go down to the parts category, you can see pretty much a lot of it's knackered. So I shall be removing parts, and actually let's first of all let's send it to the washer just to see what colour the actual thing is. Whoops, bit of frame lag, sorry there peeps. Turned around too quick. Here we go. Ugh. Alright, let's do the internal de-cleanse and wash. And then let's send it back to lifter 1. And we'll start stripping it to bits. Let's first of all, although I've just removed the part of it, just by washing it, I'm kind of already in profit, and I can keep a part of that straight away without even doing anything other than just washing it. Let's remove all the body parts first. That please. Anything down here I can remove? Thought I saw something pop up there. Yep. So has that gone? Is there anything else along here? Nope. That can go. No, it's nothing on this side. Kind of reminds me of old Mark II on the back here. So just this back portion, and just maybe that back window, but only vaguely, not exactly. Come on, highlight it, thank you. Make sure I did do both parts of that. Yeah, I did. Right. I'll remove all the internals in a sec as well. Just make sure I've got everything off of it first. It won't start. There's no point trying to make it start. Wrong section. Remove. What's this? Front benches, is it? Right, yeah. And the steering wheel. Right, yeah. No mode, please. Right, okay. Let's start from the bottom and work our way back up, because we need to disconnect the drive shaft and all that good stuff. Now, I may have covered this once before, I can't remember, but today I'm going to kind of, while I'm doing this, is try and talk about tools. Now, funny thing about tools, there's several different people you can purchase tools from. I'm not going to say the best ones to purchase, but what I'm going to tell you is which ones to stay away from. Cheap aftermarket tools, don't bother. It's not. You might as well just throw your money in a bin. I've made that mistake in the past and thought, oh, that looks good. Nice set of decent, well, I would say they looked like a decent set of sockets, but they weren't. They pretty much, you couldn't put any, well, they either, if you put any sort of like torque on them, they broke, or they just, started rusting really quickly, or delaminating, stuff like that. And they didn't last me very long at all. And I just went, what a waste of time and money. Now, all depends on your application. If you're what I deem as just a hobbyist and just do a bit of tinkering in your spare time, then sort of tools I suggest you go for. Now, I'm just talking about sort of like the tools you typically use in the motor vehicle industry. I will talk about power tools as well. I will touch upon that. Sort of tools you're probably going to need. You're not going to need anything sort of like mega money. Draper are okay for what I deem as starting off tools. Let me go over there, please. Thank you. But I'd say just keep them. You know, don't invest a lot of money in just like getting a load of Draper tools. Get a few sort of ones that you sort of like want to start off with initially, but don't plan on keeping them for very long. They will wear over time. They won't break straight away, but you're probably gonna find that you'll get problems along the line or start wear and tear or get to them very quickly. Now, I'm going to mention several different companies. You've got Mac Tools, you've got Tenge, you've got Snap-on Tools. Now, my favourite, believe it or not, although I have probably 3 Snap-on boxes, at least. Yeah, so you'd say at least 3 Snap-on boxes, maybe 4. I do actually have a lot of Tenge tools as well. Believe it or not, my personal preference, I lean towards Snap-on and Tenge. Nothing wrong with Mac Tools. I've got a few of them in my box. It's just all depends. Again, if you're sort of like just a hobbyist, although you could potentially contact a Snap-on rep or a Mac rep, or maybe even a Tenge rep. There are shops that also They do have shops and outlets which you can go to. No, not so much Snap-on. They typically sort of like come out in vans, and then he or she opens the door, the back of the door of the van, and it's an Aladdin's cave of toolboxes, tools, lots of diagnostic equipment like scan tools, all very shiny, all very nice, all set out like something like it's almost like the Prada of tool world. You just look in there and your heart skips a beat and you think, wow, I want them all, please. And they've got no prices on, nothing. There's a nice booklet just on one of the boxes, say, and he says, oh, have a peruse through, or she says, have a peruse through. And you just think, yeah, I want that, I want this, I want this, I want that. That can come out in a minute. And then you look at the prices and you go, and that's when your heart drops. And then you go, oh, I can't afford that. And then they turn around to you and then they go, yeah, don't worry, you don't have to pay it all in one go. You can actually pay it in deposits, and we're, come around weekly, or you can pay monthly, whatever. And you give us a bit more extra money, and if you want to buy more tools, you can. And each and every time they come round, especially in the motor vehicle trade, you like, I need these, I need that. Oh dear, do you see the glitch I can see? Not very effective, that, is it? Oh well. Just ignore that and just skip over it and go over to the VR. And it's just like, it's like a situation, they look at you and they smile and they say, yeah, don't worry, you know, it's no biggie, you know, we can sort of like sign this if you sign this contract here agreeing.
Would you be willing to make a deal?
Name your price.
Oh. I'll take... your soul.
Okay.
All you have to do is sign. Oh, that'll do just fine.
You can pay it off in installments, and it's almost like signing your soul to the devil, in a sense. You literally, as soon as you've done it, you regret it straight away, because you think, now I'm on the hook for however many months paying for this tool. Okay, it's got a lifetime warranty. Both Tenge and Mac and Snap-on all have good warranties on them. To a point, you've got to be very careful what you do with your tools. They will cover against general wear and tear, but if you've dropped something, and they always ask the question, did you drop this? Did you use this as a lever bar? Screwdrivers, especially if you snap a screwdriver, and I've done that in the past. The first thing they say is, did you use this as a lever bar? And you just go, no. And it's like, well, snap-on screwdrivers or whatever, these screwdrivers don't typically snap unless you put a great deal of force on them, and you have to sort of like just flutter your eyelids, and they know that you know that they know that you broke it, but they go, okay, I'll do it under warranty this time, but don't do it again. Just pull that engine out, take it out, and I'll go and stick it on the ramp in a minute. I think that's everything off the car now, so let's do a bit of welding. Cool. Return to sender. I'll return this to sender as well. I'll do some repairing on screen because we're doing quite well for time. If I can repair it, well, I can. Cool. So going back to what I was saying, what would I suggest you do if you're just a, like I say, if you're just a hobbyist and doing it in your part time? I would say, because they are actually a bit cheaper, is sort of like lean towards some good Tenge tools. I do like Tenge myself. They are more expensive. You can go for like the more expensive sort of like Draper lines, like the Draper Pro, and you can get some good sort of like non-branded tools out there. But I would just say, do some research. If you see a tool and you think that it's a bit too good to be true, normally 9 times out of 10 it is. do some research, see if there's got any reviews on said tool. It's like I've got a now I've gone back on my sort of like word here, not to avoid knockoffs, but it is an actual snap-on tool, but it's not branded Snap-on. It's I think it's under Blue Line Tools or something like that, which Snap-on actually owns. What they do is they either just manufacture it under their own name, and if Snap-on wants Snap-on specific tools, they then obviously put Snap-on brand on it. But it's the same tool, and it's a brake caliper, or brake piston, or brake cylinder piston pusher. And it's basically two paddles with a ratchet in the middle, and it just gently pushes the pistons apart. I said about this in my last take, and I'll start putting parts back on in my last episode. And I'll go and make a list of stuff we need off screen. So that would be my personal suggestion. If you're an amateur or just a part-time, just sort of like, don't go for the top-end Snap-on stuff. Tenge maybe, or Mac, again Mac tools. Okay, again they're quite expensive, so bear that in mind, and you will have to get a. So the best one would be Tenge, because you can just walk straight into a shop. You can agree sort of like easy payments, but again you're signing your soul to the devil. That's ruined. That's also ruined. Right, let's head over this end, see if we've got anything over there. Made it. Did leaf springs make it? They did. But obviously, if you're a mechanic and doing it every day, if you only just started out and you're doing, say you're doing your apprenticeship or whatever, again, lean sort of like to lower end tools. Don't go speaking to the Snap-on or Mac or straight away. Do go and speak to them, because they may have some sort of like reconditioned tools, but don't sort of like go, right, as tempting as it is to sit there and go, I want that box, I want this, I want that, I want that, here's my soul. Just see what they've got. They may have some, like I say, some reconditioned reconditioned tools that are going cheaper on old ex-display tools, which you can get if you really want to go down that route. But as I say, what you do is you just go for, I'd say, mid-range tools first, especially as you're doing your apprenticeship, and especially if you just started working for said garage. You're going to have some tools anyway, but this is just my personal opinion. Don't take it as gospel. But that's probably your best bet, would be to sort of like go for some sort of like lower to mid-range tools, not any real cheap, nasty knockoff tools. Do your research on what tools are. We've still got some parts in there, have we? No. No, nothing I can put in here. Cool. Okay. And slowly build your collection up. Over time, you're going to find out that the tools wear out anyway. And even like with Snap-on stuff or Mac stuff, like the ratchet part of the bearings in your ratchet start to go. And in some cases, it depends on how old the tool is, they will replace or fix the ratchet part mechanism for you. If it's an older tool, they may not They may say it's a consumable. They won't charge you like brand new. You've just had to buy the parts brand new, but they will charge you a price for actually doing the work for you, because they can't do it under warranty. I can do those bits. Cool. I'll put this bit to the side, this bit together, and I'm running out of Kate bushings. No, it won't be long. Suspension, wherefore out there. Just buy loads. There we go. Yeah, so that would be my advice to you guys and girls. And I say guys and girls because, you know, it's a multi-gender industry now, and I've always been a supporter of that in some a lot of aspects. I won't go into detail to why I have been a supporter to that, because we don't have the time, but I think, you know, anyone can do it. You don't have to be an idiot to, well, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to be a mechanic. Just a lot of common sense and a good memory. Ultimately, it's just taking things apart and putting them back together, some people would say. But obviously there's a lot more skill to that, and that, you know, that skill doesn't just come overnight. It's a skill you develop over time. Like you can tell, sort of like torque specs and sort of bolts, but I'll go into that in my next episode. I'll leave that as this for now. Let's see how much this is worth at present moment. Before I've stuck all the body parts or anything, we're still in credit, and I could go away and just take all the parts off it and sell them or scrap them or whatever. But I'll leave it at that. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed the episode. If you did, again, guys and girls, please feel free to like. If you didn't enjoy it for any reason at all, please feel free to dislike. Leave comments down below either way, so then I know and I can try to improve in the future. If you know anyone else that would enjoy watching this episode, or watching this, please feel free to share. It helps me out a lot, and I don't mind you sharing. And if you're new to my channel, you'll see future episodes of this or anything else I'm working on. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, so then you're aware as soon as I upload a new video. I'll see you in the next one. TTFN.